Hey folks, it's John the Knife Guy from Bluegrass Ace Hardware. Welcome to another episode of the show. A lot going on in this one. We were all over the place this past week, but make sure you stay the end because there's a smoke show of a knife you're going to want to see. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Bluegrass Ace Hardware, the Knife Counter. All right, folks, it's Tuesday morning, about 7 o'clock, and we are walking into the Ace show in Louisville. Try to find some cool knife stuff to bring back to the store and just see what we come up with for you guys. So, hey folks, it's John the Knife Guy from Bluegrass Ace Hardware. We're here at the Ace convention in Louisville, Kentucky. It's really great for us because it's pretty close to home. But I've got with me today a Jacob Sailor with buck knives. And a couple weeks ago, you heard us talking about the new 110 and 112 Slim that was going to be introduced by Buck this year. So I finally got to put my hands on them, and I'm going to let Jacob tell us a little bit about it. So go ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So these are the new 110 and 112 Slims. They're Magna Cut steel. So top of the line steel on these. We're going to have the same ebony wood handles and brass bolsters. The biggest difference between this and the traditional 110 is going to be weight. So it's about half the weight, half the width of the traditional 110. One of the other additions we did is a pocket clip, which has been highly requested on the 110 for a while. And we're really excited about these knives. They're going to come out sometime in May. So definitely keep an eye out for them.
So the profile of this, I'm going to pick this 112 up right here. So the profile on this thing is just so much more narrow than a traditional 110 or 112. And the weight is about half what it seems to me like.
Right.
So you still get into the traditional brass with the wood handle. You can go with the dark wood and the stainless bolster here. We have both of these models in the autos in the store now, and in the traditional as well.
Yep.
But these are going to be a great companion to put in your pocket, folks. I'm telling you, I'm super impressed by them. So coming in May. So we should probably see them hit the store toward the end of May, first part of June. So stay tuned, keep watching us on YouTube, and we'll have more for you from the Ace Convention. Thanks. Hey folks, it's John the Knife Guy from Bluegrass Ace Hardware in Richmond. We are here in Louisville at the Ace show. And we're in the Hillman booth. And when you think about Hillman and you come in the store, you usually think about this great big fastener section and the great big bolt hanging up about mid-store. But Hillman's kind of pouring out into some other things. And as we talked about before, we're trying to pull in some everyday carry stuff into the store. So Hillman now has the OTR line, or Over-the-Rhine line, some EDC stuff. So this is Miss Emma from Hillman, and she's kind of going to take us through some of that stuff.
Hi guys, nice to meet you. We are going to get this great table spinner in for you. Some product knowledge here for you guys. So we have this multi-tool. It's great. It has 3 functions. It's a bottle opener, it's a scoring tip, and it's also a flathead screwdriver. We have this in black as well. So really great option. Put on your keychain and have all different types of action there. This is our pocket knife, so we have a mini and a large for, everyday shopper, whatever you want to go with. And this is really great because this is a, very easy to open, button stud release. It's done perfectly. So very easy to use for every day. Also have some stash pods here, so this is really cool. You can put your toothpicks, your pillows, whatever you really need in there, put it on your keychain and forget about it. Each carabiner is also a really cool item. It has a dual chamber, so you're going to open that product up. The product's going to fall to that bottom chamber. You're going to release that secure attachment. Your product's not going to move. It's going to stay secured on your belt. Yeah. Excited to have it in your guys' store, and we're looking forward for you guys enjoying it.
We're happy to have you. It's going to fit a niche need for us there. A couple cool things that I noticed on the knife. The fidget factor on these guys is crazy. So if you're looking for like a little fidget thing to carry along, this is going to be right in your alley. A little bit small, but sometimes small blades all it takes. So look forward to seeing those in the store probably in the next 60 days or so. We'll have those out for you. So until I see you, this is John from Bluegrass Ace Hardware. Be safe. How are you?
John, I'm great, John. Good to see you guys.
Great to see you.
It's always fun to see a friendly face at Ace Show.
It is, man. It's been a minute, but
it has. Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So
I get the call every day. Everybody's getting the call every day. Axe handle.
Yeah.
So finally, I've got to put an axe handle in my hand.
Yes.
So
First of all, what do you think? What's your impression?
I will be honest. It is. It's what I thought more.
Yeah.
So it's the size is what I was expecting.
Yes.
The fit finish is what I expected. The feel is what I was expecting. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about it more? You're the guy.
Well, I don't know about the guy, but I have handled a few of these, and like you, I've been anticipating the release.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I think you guys may have just gotten a few, and I don't want to spoil anything, but we just started shipping the very first, and we only shipped a few hundred that went out probably this week.
Okay, so that's potential I could have on by Thursday.
Yeah, that's right. I don't want to create a frenzy,
right.
But we are going to have some more. So, one of the things, this is our collaboration with Bill Rupert.
Yes.
You guys, I don't know if the folks on there, I was kind of, I didn't know of Bill Rupert as much because I was, Tony Bowes, but as I started learning about these custom knife makers, man, it is incredible. Just the culture they have, just what they do. So Bill is a Hall of Fame knife maker. He is the head of the Slip Joint Cartel. He's the man. So, he did our collaboration 2 years ago, and that was going to be the first one. It was an axe handle. We called it the axe handle, and it was the larger one that had the back lock. So it was a really, really unique lock. When we talked about this, one of the things we wanted with Bill, we're like, we need a niche slip joint for the case, right? We're doing Crossroads, we're doing modern EDC, but at our core of our core, we're a slip joint knife company, right? So we said, Bill, you're the slip joint man. We need a slip joint, not a lock back, not yet. We might do something later, but we want a slip joint. So he did this. We all fell in love with the axe handle. It's got the traditional. You're going to find that half stop in there. Bill, I love the long flip blade. I'm with you. The 4 inches, it's perfect, right? It's a little bit smaller than a trapper.
Yep.
But it's perfect in your hand.
Yeah.
I tell you what, when I look at this and I just feel the way it feels in your hand, the fact that it's a brand new slip joint from Case, and it's not, we didn't remake it, right? Some of the others, whether it's the teardrop or the sow belly, there are Case versions of those knives that go back 80 years. You're not going to find a Case knife that looks like an axe handle.
So how long has it been since Case actually released a new pattern, what we call new?
You put me on the spot here, John. Let's see. So folks told, we talked about it, and we look back, when we did the copper lock and the mini copper lock, that was like 95, 96. Okay. Those were, we kind of meshed a canoe and a trapper, right, to do that. I was a copperhead and a trapper. That was kind of new, but again, it was kind of a take on some others. If you go beyond that, Rust Lock may be the last one, and we just celebrated the 25th anniversary of the Rust Lock.
Just did the sets.
Yeah, because that was totally unique, right? We were inspired by the old straight razor with the lever. But it wasn't something you've seen from Case. So I would probably, we've introduced sway backs, we've introduced teardrops, we've introduced things. So I'm not taking anything away from those. But a lot of those, the miniature canoe was just a miniature version. So we just kind of something that it was innovative and it was true Case, but I don't know. This feels a little different to me.
It does me too. I tell you what I really like about it too: the thinness of the knife. It's gonna, whether you put it in a slip or not, stick it in your front pocket, that knife's going to disappear. It's going to be a very easily carried knife on the daily. It's something to wear you out.
Yeah,
you're still going to get a pretty substantial blade.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great everyday carry. And if you're a collector and you want to get them all, you got a chance to get them all. Yeah, if you're starting now.
Yeah,
except maybe some of those you're getting in a little bit. There won't be enough to go around with some of those.
Yeah.
But we're going to do this in a lot of handles. We've got 9 handles in our core catalog. We've got some things in our spring and summer supplements, and we're going to do some stuff in the fall. So this one's here to stay. The Cheetah Cub, man, there's a frenzy for that thing too.
It's crazy.
It's that was one and done, 1 year and done. But the axe handle is going to be. This is going to be something that goes in the Case line. It's going to be core of the core.
And you brought up a great point. If you're wanting to start collecting Case knives and you don't really know where to kick it off, this will be a situation where you would never have to go back and chase. You never have to worry about what was made 20 years ago. You can start this year and just build your set out from there, and you'd be good to go. So
Don, you can appreciate this. A guy told me, he said, I want every trapper you've made. I said, brother, there is not a truck big enough.
No, not at all.
And you can't go back far enough. Yeah. So you're right. We all have our favorites, and I always say select what you like, because then you're always going to be pleased with that. But if you're truly trying to build something and you want to start ground level, this is a great one. But I'm gonna carry one as soon as we make enough.
Me too. As soon as I can get one in my pocket, I'm probably going to get one.
I will say this to all your folks. We met actually yesterday with our manufacturing team, and they were talking about this. So one of the things they did, and this has got Bill Rupel's stamp of approval on it. This is a case new slip, so we're gonna make it right. It's gonna be sweet. But they wanted to redo some stuff, and because we were hoping to have them by early February. And we're like, you know what? We're gonna redo a spring. We're gonna do a little something different. So we're like, that's fantastic, right? Make sure when it comes out, it's right. But we are really, really close. So I don't know that there'll be many more before the end of February, but I would say by early March, and you're going to see these starting to show up.
Tell us right now. I spoke to somebody down there earlier in the week, and I think mid-March.
Yeah, mid-March. We always try to buffer that because, we have a tendency at Case to get overly excited. We're like, oh, you're going to have it first of the year, and then it's March. You're like, dude, where's my knives?
It's always like Christmas when the case boxes come.
That's right.
We really never know what we're going to get.
You never know.
Like,
you never know. Yeah. But it's funny. One of the guys at the show was like, how do you know when you're going to get your shipment of Case knives? I'm like, man, I've been doing this for a long time. If you figure that out, please let me know. But it is handcrafted, right? Case 137-year-old. We've got some really, really cool knives, and we're blessed, John. Our brand is at a great space, and we can't make enough knives, and that's from a sales side that gets frustrating. From a collector side, that may get frustrating. From a brand side, and just the pride that we feel of that, we're trying to hire more people in the factory, and that's a challenge because it's hard work. But just the fact that American-made brand, that people value that much, and these things aren't inexpensive, right? And we try to make them as affordable as we can, but it's tough. But the fact that the brand is thriving and doing what it's doing, and shout out to everybody that gives us their hard-earned money for these. Shout out to the people that make them. I always say it's about the people that make them, about the people that sell them, and about the people that buy them. And we're blessed as a brand to get to be a part of all that. So axe handle, man, it's gonna be good.
So maybe by the time this video's up, they might be in the store. We'll see.
All right.
Maybe.
Don't make any promises.
No promises. No promises.
Or don't associate me with that promise.
But they're coming regardless.
Yes,
we're going to have them very soon. And Maury, thank you so much.
Yes, sir, John. Hey, I appreciate it. Absolutely.
July 11th, by the way, is our Fortune and Freedom event at the store. So I'll give you a plug again this year so I can get you.
Yes, I'll try to. I'll try to. So we appreciate what you guys do at Bluegrass Ace, man. You guys are awesome. So thank you very much.
All right, this is John the Knife Guy and Maury Ford from Case. Be safe. I get asked all the time, when are you bringing new stuff into the store? When are you bringing new knives in? What's the new product coming? Well, we've been working on this one for a while. But I'm happy to announce that today we're engaging in a partnership with none other than Benchmade. You heard me. We're going to be a Benchmade dealer, folks. I know you're going to be excited about that as I am. So let's move into the Benchmade booth over here. And we're going to meet up with Scott. So Scott is our new Benchmade rep. And Scott is going to just give us a brief rundown of the company and tell us a little bit about Benchmade.
Well, Benchmade's great. Absolutely great. I've been working for them for 19 years. The biggest thing about Benchmade is all U.S. made. You got a lifetime warranty, lifetime sharpener warranty. It's absolutely one of the better knives out there, I think. I work for them, but it's just a great knife. It's a great thing to do. I love what I do.
So I was telling Scott, I purchased my first Benchmade knife in 1996 as a young state trooper in Kentucky, and we kind of came to the conclusion that was probably one of the first Benchmade models that was out there. It's a Melperdue button lock, or button auto. And so that was pretty cool. So really excited to have Benchmade in the store. Bear with us. It's going to take us a couple, 3 months probably to get the product in the store. But it is coming, and we should probably see it Q3. By this year. So Benchmade's come to Bluegrass Ace Hardware, folks. Come see us. This is John the Knife Guy. Until I see you again, be safe. 2, 1. All right, folks, so we're on our way into the hardware store. Just wanted to talk to you a couple minutes about, it's been a crazy winter, but I think we're getting to spring now. Sunshine. It's going to be 64 today, so that's going to be good. I think everybody's ready for that. And speaking of spring, in April, we're going to do our first ever trade day, knife trade day at the store. So I'm inviting all you knife traders to bring your rolls, your knife rolls or boxes or whatever you got. I'm going to provide you tables. You'll have a place to sit there in the store. The only restriction I'm going to put on you guys is you can't sell new, right? Because, we do sell new knives. And so, that's going to be my only restriction. So you guys can come in, trade, swap, sell, whatever you want to do. That's going to be up to you. But we're going to provide you a space to do that. and we're going to do it from about 10 to 2 on that day. And I believe it's April 11th, I think. And I will put the graphic up showing all that. So that's the only restriction new. So please, 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 please put that in your calendar and make sure that you come and spend that morning with us, because like I said, that could be a great opportunity for you guys to just talk about knives and just hang out and, just do what we do at the knife counter, but maybe on a little bit grander scale. And if it works out, and I believe that it will, if it works out, we're going to start doing it. We'll probably lean into it quarterly to start with, and if it gets good enough, we may even do a monthly. It depends on you guys how much anticipation, or not anticipation, how much participation and involvement we get. Another thing, July 11th is our Forged in Freedom event at the store. That is our annual case stop. Got a lot going on that. We're already planning. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but we may partner in with another manufacturer that day to kind of work on stuff on their side. There might be some big kind of green looking grill kind of thing, hint hint, nod nod, wink wink, that will probably be there that day as well. And we'll talk more about that as we get a little closer. But July 11th, that is the Saturday following 4th of July. Make sure that you plan on being with us. We'll do the traditional Collectors Club fish fry on Friday night. It's become pretty popular for us. And then we'll also do, I think we're going to do like hamburgers and hot dogs, just traditional like American cookout food for the day. So we'll feed you too. Be a lot going on. So headed into the knife counter. By the time you see this, I know that I've got several cheetah cubs sitting there to go out today, several restocks, and then I've got a couple new ones. And then somehow or another, I pulled a rabbit out of my hat, and I was able to get another shipment of the red, white, and blue Sod Juniors. I don't have a ton of them, but I anticipate by the time you see this video on YouTube that they'll probably be gone. But that'll probably play out today on the video as we go. So thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Let's go film an episode of the show. And as always, welcome to Bluegrass Ace Hardware, the knife counter.
I think
Figured out.
I think that's the brand they're on. Yep. I've seen them. If you just get on eBay and look at them, there's some different like folded around them. You don't see ones like that.
It's a real blade. It's like I said, it can tell a story or two.
I think Dad said this came out of maybe even like Fielding Screen in 60, 759 and 60.
Oh yeah, the Ozark Trail Benchmade copy.
I got about 14 or 15 of them. She got to buy them for me.
Mm-hmm. What were they at Walmart?
$9.99. It's been a few years ago, but back they were selling those Winchester knives when you got like a little foldable one and a fixed blade. And Dad bought him a set and me a set, and still to this day, that's what he skins deer with. Now, by the time you get done, it's dull. You probably couldn't stab somebody with it, but he can get it to.
Hand that to him.
It come out almost that short.
Mm-hmm.
That D2 steel made a bleed right there. Now I got the green ones, the black ones, the
D2's excellent.
the wash, the stone.
Been walking on everywhere.
I gotta figure out which one is going to use.
Let's just go over and work through it. We'll figure it out.
That's what I just bought.
Out of all the, I think that'd be number 5 or 6. Out of all the sale bells, this is the smack this in here so the week in my life. And probably better put some more in.
Let's see what we can do with this one. So here we go, Bobby. Look, let me show you what a strop does, right?
What is that?
So this is just gentleman's knife. It's got some drag in it. It's got a bird thing on it.
That's off wire.
Yeah, that's rough on them.
Yeah, that's why that's pretty.
I believe I get different knives. If that's a case or something, I get different knives on the wire with or some gripper.
Carry that every day. That was my grandpa's knife.
Cool took coffee from grandpa.
I inherited most he
You lucky. I didn't have either grandpa or either grandmother.
I had a great grandfather. I didn't get that neither. He pretty much taught me everything I know. Worked right up till pretty much till he died. Turned 89 September 4th and died September 5th. It don't hurt him.
All right, we want to do a little different. So. You good here?
I'm wanting to learn how to do this myself.
And it's all about the aim.
I've tried it. I think I've ended up doing it more.
Hopefully about 20 ain't it, John?
20 degrees is where you want to be most days.
20-degree pitch on your blade.
Yeah. The nice thing about this sharpener is the way these V's are made. If you can keep your blade straight up and down,
Oh, 20
it
degrees.
gives you the, yeah.
You give me the wrong one.
You the wrong one. What is this?
I'll tell you what, since I know how to coke it, I'll take it.
That's Salbell. That's the same one I got.
I
That'd
found
be a better choice for you anyway.
I found a knife that he used out the strip room cutting stuff.
Couldn't have paid for it.
Tree brand boker. Had a wooden handle on it. But one of the little blade in it broke off. The big blade's still there.
Now, if I go home and stick it in a solo cup full of coke, and I bring it out of the coke and the blade's gone, you gonna replace it?
100%. I would open it up if it were me, and I would keep the blade out of it.
Well, I wondered.
I mean,
So don't put it no deeper than that.
it ain't gonna hurt it, but I wouldn't do that my blade that way.
I was wondering if you did the blades. So I'm proud I said
How long
that.
you been married?
2,
God love you. You were saying them all.
2 damn long.
Have you ever seen a case knife that was a circle, had 2 blades that opened up like that? Thick Coca-Cola on it?
Uh-huh.
That's the one that my grandpa had.
Really?
It's a complete circle. Got 2 little blades that raise up out of the top, and it's got like a pearl on it that says Coca-Cola in red on one side, and the other side says case.
Huh. I thought about that intensely a cut man,
You got these?
and I should have knew what it said when I bought it. But I got so excited about finding the coke when I bought it last fall. And about a week ago, I found out what it said on the shelf.
It's showing in this morning.
Yeah, I got my.
That's
getting
all I got left.
I know
I've
I'm still
got
young and
each
good
one of
looking.
it. I had my eyes get models in there this morning.
I got my magnifying glass. Damn, that's a Coca-Cola. And that made it work more than what I paid for.
Since I've got my grandpa's, I've got into collecting and stuff. My dad, he's a big antique collector. He's got a shop over in Lexington.
Yeah.
You from around here?
Nicholson.
All right, sir, let me explain something, okay? I am not responsible for any trip to the hospital, okay? Well, I see it. What rolled up to it? The far crowd there and
Oh, I'm going to say it's a lot better than it was.
I'm not done with it. I'm happy with that. You're giving me a mean look over there, like I
Gary.
Which one you talking
The red one, baby.
about? Oh, that one? Okay. Yeah, no. So I put these up? Or you buy it? You told me I don't have nothing. One road craft. What's going on there?
she's been hiding money out on you, bro.
I didn't. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Here. See if all your name's all about.
No. You gonna look at that?
Yeah, I'm looking.
You wanted to see an accent.
Yeah, Marcel's got the.
Marshall has the accent. You're right.
Here.
Marshall, let me see that.
You owe me a haircut. House paint, you know. I don't know how you're going to do that.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't lose it.
They're all right.
Yeah. And this is just from carrying it and probably not taking care of it like you should. Now, let me. You care if I work on it for
No,
a second?
go ahead. They're probably just going to go back to my house. My nephew will get on this. I mean, they're mine and my brother. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm going to give you my business card. You just copied me. I'm just kind of started getting into it, collecting house. I see all these every day when I come in here. Well, that's one thing, buy a new case knife and take care of it. It's another thing to have. well, relic, a good old knife. You want it made in the days when the case was really at yourself. Now, you know, so it all different. Different things.
I don't know what that is. That was in
I
there
didn't
with
get to open this
some other stuff. That was worth nothing.
I wouldn't say that.
Pearl? Mother pearl?
I don't know if it's pretty tight.
When you turned it, it looked more of a pearl. It had that color tint to it.
Think it is?
Well, I thought it was when you rolled it over there because I saw the blues and the pinks rolling it. Why is my mouth in the pork?
You would use it for if it's something that I've got to say about the yeah.
When you first rolled it there, I thought for sure it was because I thought I saw the colors come out of it. It might be cracked ice.
That's never cowboy. No, the pearl is like real pearl. And what is that for? Synthetic?
Yeah, it's a synthetic.
Yeah, synthetic.
Either way you cut it, it's still in that skin.
But I really think it's synthetic because the way the lines is made and the way the lines are made. I may be wrong, but that's good enough like that. It's pretty. They saw in Germany. That's before they went to what they call
So if we show you anything, let me know.
stuff like kissing crane, hen and rooster. It's found in Germany. Parts put together in China.
Oh, really? Was that one put China or?
Oh, it here should be real.
Okay. And that one may be 16 years old or older, right? Because that was all my dad's stuff. I just put it down.
Here, it's never been
Heck, all this was in this little pouch, you know, and that's where they stayed since '09 when I got them.
Really compressed air at home.
Yeah, I think I got some. I work on my guns and stuff. So I think I got some.
Indian to you. I don't know that much. John, you say the only one we can tell are 10% road crash, the other two sellable on sale?
No,
The ones on sale,
the other one's
the
not.
Patriot Pyramid, the other one I'll do 10 minutes.
So we got two, you do 10. All right, John, I think I'm going to head back and talk to you.
And it sounds.
Yeah, the stags, they can't get the stags part of the problem. And then I think a lot of it too is economics. So they can make 2 or 3 small stag knives for what they can make one big one. And so they just don't.
And they'll pay the price for the little ones compared to paying the price for the big ones.
So this is,
Unless you're a true.
so there we are after a little cleanup. Once again, that is a 1940 to 1964, 5488. Big Congress, and the stag on that knife is just, look at the groove in that. That is just insane, crazy good. That's a great relic. That was Larry's father's knife that he handed down, and there's probably not enough money in the bank to buy it. But that's a beautiful piece, Larry.
Those look nice.
Thanks so much for bringing it and showing it to me. That's a gem right there. It's a, I'd probably give you $100 for it today. I mean, if you really got serious about it.
Yeah.
I bet you could.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous something.
Well, I appreciate you taking a look at it.
Yeah, man, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing them in. Like I said, that one.
So which ones was it as made in the 40s and 60s?
This one's 40 to 64. This one's 40 to 64, and that one's 40 to 64. Yes.
Cool.
And that's as close as you can date them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way they time stamp them. Once we got to 64, we could do 65 to 69, and then starting in 1970, I could have told you the exact year.
Go ahead and take care of him.
No, you're fine. You go ahead. Do what you
The red, white, and blue one?
Yeah, I'm in no hurry.
All right, so you know the story with the red, white, and blue?
Yeah, some of it. Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah, so they're limited. I
Definitely didn't know what I had. Well, I don't know nothing about knives. That's I had no clue.
Well, here's what would have happened, Larry. If you, let's say, for instance, you'd wanted to sell that knife, you'd walk in there and you didn't know what you had, and you walked in there and somebody would try to lowball you on that knife.
Yeah.
And they'd have tried to buy that knife. Because you didn't know what you had. They said,
They could've
man, look,
got
that's
$100
right. Yeah. A couple $100 probably thrown it at you, jumped all over. Yeah, that. That worm groove is off the chain. I'm so glad you brought that in, man. That knife is that's a danger.
Yeah, I sent you a picture, you know, and
Oh wow. 1940 to 1964, 88 pattern, and look at that stag. Yeah. We'll let Steve on this world up here. And we'll send him a picture of his new boot. How much does he want for it? I'll buy it right now.
Buy it right now. Buy it right now.
Guarantee what's it. I didn't tell him nothing. I just send him pictures and that's what happened.
and these may have been my grandfather's,
They very well could be.
you know.
But like I said, the blades are full on that. When I say that, it's not been sharpened down to nothing. The blades are still, they've been sharpened, but they're there. Barlow, yeah, 40 to 64 Barlow. That 24 and a half pattern, that little jack, that little knife, hard to.
What's that probably worth?
Cleaned up, right person, couple more bucks, maybe more.
Now, what's that worth?
Legitimately what it's worth.
Legitimate.
If that was my knife and I was desperate to sell it, I wouldn't take a penny less than $900.
Okay. There you go, Larry.
Well, I never said it just because,
Yeah.
you know, but it'll go to my nephew, just like all my guns.
Yeah. All
I
your
mean, that worm groove, it's crazy.
all your AP you built over the years.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve.
Everything's going to my nephew.
Nice.
Hey, folks. So there you've seen it. The latest episode of Bluegrass Ace Hardware, the Knife Counter of the show. We really appreciate you tuning in. Please make sure that you comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell. We really appreciate it. And until we see you next week, be safe.